Hi everyone, this is Pamela. This is presentation for my final project video. For my final project, I created a simple pet chart that takes users' inputs and either registers the pet or search the text file for pet and check to see if the pet needs vaccine update, and if so, the chart will be updated with the new date. And for my project, I have three classes. I have a main called pet chart, and then pet and the GUI. In my pet class, I set it like how we learned in class. I have fields, I have constructors with without parameters, with default values and overridden ones, and I have my getters and my setters. And here both with like void and also boolean type. And I have two string method and a short method to check if the vaccine is due. Based on age and the last time pet had a vaccine. And also have a method to update the vaccine time. This part was straightforward and easy to tackle. And here's my GUI class. Here I have my imports, all my fields, all my variables, and create a GUI that has properties of size, title, and layout. And I have like JLabels, JText fields, images, and I've added all these to the frame. And this is a cool part. This is focus listener. This was made so I can put these gray placeholders. And if I click on it, it will be blank. And if I write something, and it'll show up as black. And this was pretty cool. And all my now I have here like radio buttons, put it into panels, added into the frame. And here I have all my action listeners, and I create a handler for the instances. And this part is the part I spend most time debugging for my action listener. If any of these inputs are blank or invalid, it will give me an error message. And for the numbers, I use the try catch for exception handling. And in this part, if I click register button, it will check if all entries are valid, and then it will create a new path with all the inputs given and add it to the array list. Then it will be written into the file using file writer. In my search part, again, it will check if all the text fields are valid and create the search path. And then I read through the file, see if there's any pet that is same as the search pet. And if there is, it will ask the user to update the vaccine, and the whole array list is rewritten into the file. And I'll have all these error messages that will show you if something goes wrong. And this part was one of the hardest parts to debug. I was looking to find where my search pet was located, and turns out it's just a new instance. It wasn't into my array list, so I had to find the same string in my file, find out which index it was to remove it. And I also had trouble writing to file that sometimes if I click on no, it will repeat a line or remove the array saved in file. And it was hard to debug that if one line was changed, and I had to go through the whole process again and check each condition if they were running fine. And finally, I have my main class that creates a new GUI and set it to visible and exit when it is closed. I try to run this program and go through the possible outcomes. So I'll try to run this program and show you how it works. So I'm just going to put the Coco Smith, and I'm going to try pet age something. And if I click register, it says please input number for age and please input number for latest vaccine time. So I'm gonna check 5 and let's say -2. And if I click on please input correct number for vaccine, and this will be 2 years ago, and I'm gonna put dog register. And since my pet is registered and dog Coco Smith, age 5, had latest vaccine 2 years ago. And if I click on my pet file, as you can see, I have a pet registered. So similar way, I'm gonna do 2 more, say Mango, and I'll say 4 years old, latest vaccine, say 3 years ago, and I'm gonna register a cat, and also it's registered. And let's say 20 years old, latest vaccine 5, and register. So if you look at the pet, as you can see, we have the 3 pets registered. And if I want to check, you want to search this pet, if I click on search, it will say pet found and give me the information. If I click OK, would you like to update the vaccine? I'll say no, and vaccine is not updated, and it will stay the same. And if I want to like update, I say yes, and then vaccine date is updated. Then as you can see, my latest vaccine is at 0 years ago, which is today. And similarly, if I want to check a pet, let's say patch 815, and it's a cat, if I search, let's say pet not found. So I think I was able to go through, and then it was able to save this without any errors. And I think if I had more time, I'll probably make it a little bit prettier, give it different fonts, and that kind of things. Thank you for watching my video, and feel free to ask any questions.